When my wife Hannah told me she wanted to talk, I expected it to be about bills or our upcoming anniversary. Instead, she sat across from me at the kitchen table, her arms crossed, and said words that nearly knocked the air out of me. Adam, I think you need to spend time with your ex. If you can't do that, then maybe we shouldn't be married. For a long moment, I just stared at her, trying to process what I had just heard. I'm sorry, I said finally, forcing a small laugh. You want me to what? You heard me, she said, her tone clipped, like she'd already had this conversation with herself 100 times. Lily is still a big part of your past, Adam. You never really got closure with her, and I think it's affecting our marriage. I need you to reconnect. Figure out what you want. I blinked at her. You're asking me to see my ex or you'll leave me? Hannah didn't flinch. Yes. Because I'm tired of feeling like I'm second place in my own marriage. I sat back in my chair, stunned. We'd been married for 5 years. We had built a life together, a home. And now she was telling me that the only way forward was to walk straight into the past. For a moment, anger flared. But then something else took its place, a cold, unsettling calm. Okay, I said. Hannah frowned. Okay. Yes. My voice was steady now. If that's what you need me to do, I'll do it. Her mouth opened then closed. I could tell she had expected me to fight, to argue, to beg her to reconsider. Instead, I stood up, grabbed my keys, and said, I'll call her tonight. That night, as I sat in my car outside Lily's apartment, I couldn't shake the strange feeling in my chest. I hadn't seen Lily in nearly 6 years. The last time we'd spoken, it had ended in shouting and slammed doors. When she finally opened the door, she looked as shocked as I felt. Adam, she said slowly, what are you doing here? For a moment, neither of us moved. Lily stood in the doorway, barefoot, her hair tied in a messy knot. She looked different, older, softer somehow, but her eyes were the same. I just wanted to talk, I said finally. Lily hesitated, then stepped aside to let me in. Her apartment smelled faintly of vanilla and coffee. She motioned to the couch, and I sat while she remained standing, arms folded. So, she said. Why now? After all these years? I swallowed, feeling the weight of Hannah's ultimatum pressing against my ribs. Because apparently I never got closure, I said, my voice laced with bitter humor. And it's ruining my marriage. Lily raised an eyebrow. Your wife sent you here? In a way, I admitted. She said I needed to figure out what I want. That maybe I've been holding on to something from the past without realizing it. Lily gave a short, dry laugh. And you think seeing me is going to magically solve your marriage? I didn't have an answer. Silence stretched between us. My eyes drifted to the old photo frame on her shelf, a picture of us from years ago, smiling at the beach. My chest tightened. You know, Lily said quietly, sitting across from me now. I was angry for a long time. The way we ended things, it hurt. But I moved on, Adam. I had to. I know, I said, my voice barely above a whisper. I thought I had too. But Hannah, she thinks I never stopped comparing her to you. Lily frowned, her expression softening. Did you? The question hit me harder than I expected. I stared at my hands, memories flashing in my mind. The fights, the laughter, the moments I had secretly wondered what would have happened if things had gone differently. I don't know, I said honestly. Lily sighed, leaning back. Maybe you're here because you need to stop wondering. Maybe you need to finally let it go. Her words landed with an odd sense of finality. For the first time in years, I felt the truth of them, like a knot inside me was slowly loosening. When I left Lily's apartment, the night air felt cooler, cleaner somehow. We had talked for hours, about the breakup, about who we had become since, about the parts of ourselves we had hidden back then. For the first time in years, I felt lighter. By the time I got home, Hannah was waiting for me on the couch, her arms wrapped tightly around herself. She looked up the second I stepped through the door. Well, she asked. I sat down across from her. You were right, I said simply. Her brow furrowed. About what? About me holding on to the past. About needing to face it. I took a deep breath. But what you weren't right about was thinking that seeing Lily would make me choose her. Or anyone over you. Hannah's lips parted, but I kept going. I realized something tonight, I said. I wasn't holding on to Lily because I wanted her back. I was holding on to the pain, the anger, the guilt. I never forgave myself for how things ended. And somewhere deep down I kept punishing myself, and maybe punishing you because of it. Her eyes glistened with unshed tears. I let it go tonight, I said softly. And now I need to know if we can start over. Not from the past, not from some half-healed wound. From now. Hannah's shoulders slumped as if she'd been holding her breath for months. She crossed the room and sat beside me, her hand reaching for mine. I didn't know what else to do, she whispered. I felt you slipping away and I thought maybe if you faced her, we could finally stop living with a ghost in our house. You were right, I said again. But Hannah, if you ever think the answer is giving me an ultimatum like that again, we won't just be talking about the past, we'll be talking about ending this for real. She nodded quickly, tears spilling over now. I don't want to lose you, Adam. I squeezed her hand. Then let's make sure neither of us has to. For the first time in years, we sat there together in silence, not out of distance but out of peace.